So, at TentacleCon 2017, if you were not there, or if you didn't see the highlights, which I'm sure you did, Hydroid Prime was revealed. He looks amazing, and he is going to be coming very soon. But it's pretty obvious to all of us that you can't really give a frame the Prime variant until it is a solid frame. And as you guys know, Hydroid, he's an alright frame. We'll just leave it at that. He needed a rework, he needed a revisit, and that is what he got. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Hydroid Rework, revisit, whatever you want to call it. His abilities have been changed around a little bit, the way they look, the way they work, and yeah, we're going to go into all that today, so sit back, relax, and let the tentacles take over your body. Just let them flow. I really need to stop talking. The first thing we're going to talk about is actually his shield and his armor. They both got buffed. Originally, Hydroid's shield was 345. At max rank 30. It is now 375, so 345 to 375, it's not a huge increase, but with a rank 10 redirection, I'm sure it can be pretty helpful. A big plus to this is that he originally had a 65 armor. It's now at 200. That is an insane amount of armor that he just got. So definitely a buff indeed for shield and armor. So yeah, his survivability just got increased by a lot. Before we go into the abilities, I guess we'll talk about his passive. His passive is pretty much the same. It's just been changed a little bit visually. If you slam your melee to the ground by doing a ground slam, it's just gonna basically spawn a tentacle in. The tentacle is going to look a little bit different, but that is just from the change itself. The change, basically this update, this rework, changes the way all of his abilities really look. And oh my god, I have to say, I love the way it looks. It looks water, tentacles, water. The water looks so much better, and I'm really happy they changed that way that looked. All right, so Hydroid's first ability, Tempest Barrage. It hasn't been changed a whole ton. The only thing that's really been changed about it is that you can actually use it while in Undertow, and enemies can be actually affected by it in Undertow, which I think can be really useful. Kind of adds a little bit more of synergy to his abilities. You can use them at the same time. Also, instead of just casting it by pressing the one button or whatever, you can actually hold it for a longer period of time to make it basically last longer and deal more damage, at the cost of more energy, of course. I think that's pretty cool. You can do this with both your first and your fourth ability. You can hold it down before releasing it and using the ability to basically make it more powerful. His second ability, Tidal Surge, has been changed around just a little bit. It actually adds more synergy with this and his third ability, Undertow. So Tidal Surge has some more CC now. It actually can pull enemies along. Whenever you use it, it will suck all the enemies in, and then whenever you're done using Tidal Surge, which whenever you're out of the dash mode, all the enemies will be just flung. It is actually really good crowd control. Another thing you can do is actually you can use it while in Undertow. So if you are in the puddle, you can use Tidal Surge to move around without getting out of Undertow, but you won't go as far as you would in normal Tidal Surge mode. The distances have when you're in Undertow. But it is a great way to move around and move your puddle around without actually getting out of the puddle and making yourself vulnerable. Not to mention, you can actually use Undertow in the middle of Tidal Surge, and wherever you're at, you'll be sunk right down to the bottom into the puddle, and all the enemies that are following you in Tidal Surge will be pulled down as well. So his third ability, Undertow, has been reworked a lot. If you're in Undertow, you can right click on enemies and basically just drag them to your puddle and drown them. It's so satisfying to do. I love this. This is really cool. It actually increases his CC by even more. Already, the puddle is a great ability. Undertow is great for CC, and this is even better because even if an enemy is too far and they can't reach your circle of your Undertow, of your puddle, you can just kindly drag them and direct them towards your puddle with a nice little tentacle. On top of that, you can actually cast Undertow now while you're in midair, which is great. You'll turn into like a little raindrop, and then you'll drop in the puddle, and then the puddle is made below you. A quick and easy way to get out of Undertow is you can either roll or you can jump, and that will cancel Undertow pretty fast, and you can get back into the fight. A big thing that people have been wanting for a while is movement while in Undertow, and now you can. You can actually move around while in Undertow. It will cost a little more energy though. One of the greater things about this rework for Undertow is that you can actually deal more damage to people that are trapped in Undertow. Basically, every second it is increased. The damage is increased. For say an enemy is under for 5 seconds, the damage will be increased more and more the more he's under there. So I think that's great. Not that I really want to be waiting around for damage to start kicking in, but I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's a good start. And the last thing with Undertow is that enemies that die from Undertow, they will be released from Undertow. They'll just be put to the surface instead of getting dragged along for the ride, basically, meaning it won't keep them under for the remainder of Undertow until you uncast it, and whenever they're dead, they'll rise to the surface, which should happen. And last but not least, his fourth ability, Tentacle Swarm. He has a full new rework. The way it looks is, it's a little quirky, but I think it's cool. Basically, when you use your fourth, you hold your fourth, or you can just press it once, you release the Kraken. Let's be honest here, you release the Kraken. It spawns in this little head, and that head, of course, will be having all the tentacles around it, and the tentacles look a lot cooler now. By the way, those tentacles do a lot more damage. They don't just wave around all over the place like they used to. They actually try to slam more. They get on top of the enemy and they do more damage. So basically, they're not going to just be trying to get lucky with these tentacle slams from the original one, the original Hydroid. These new tentacles from Tentacle Swarm will actually kind of try to seek out and get these enemies and deal as much damage as possible. So basically, smarter tentacles in a matter of speaking. So I'm pretty excited about that. The rework looks amazing. The visuals look awesome. The water looks freaking amazing. You can also charge up Tentacle Swarm by holding down the ultimate key. And this will basically add more tentacles, cover a larger area, but it will cost more energy. But I think that overall, these all work really well with each other. It's a pretty good start. They might change things. Everything's not final. I'm sure that they might change some things whenever they get more feedback from the community. So for now, it's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of the rework, the revisit. That was about it for the update. There was some small minor fixes, but that's about it really. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. My name is M.C.I.K. I'll see you guys for tomorrow's video. Have a great day. Stay sexy, stay cool, and peace out.